I'm recording the session now. Bueno, my dear, so today we're going to be working in our class number 3.2. It's the second class of the week, number 3. And we're going to start right now with a very simple question. Well, here we have a picture of something, which is, of course, it's an iPad. But the question is, what's wrong with it? Do you understand the question, what's wrong? When I say what's wrong, what's the meaning of that question?
What's wrong es como que está malo, que es wrong es como equivocado,
Yes,
equivocarse.
exactly.
Okay.
So when I say what's wrong, it means like, what is the problem, right? What is the problem
Okay.
with something? So in that case, when I say what's wrong with it, what would you say? What's the problem with this thing?
It's broke.
It's broken. Very good. It's broken. What specifically it's broken? All the device or a specific part of the parts? In a specific part of the device.
The screen.
Good, very good. That it is making reference to the screen of the iPad, right? Of the iPad's screen. Okay, very good. Do you think that there is another problem? Maybe is there another problem or that's it? Just that it's broken.
Sí, así no se puede utilizar, entonces
Ye-
ese es el problema.
Of course, it's impossible
That
to
is
use.
the problem.
And one problem is because as the screen is broken, no, since the screen is broken, the display, like it's under the screen, the display keeps flickering. One question, do you know what is the meaning of flickering?
No, teacher.
No idea. Bueno, flickering or flicker, it's when a light starts like doing like this, like going on and off, como parpadear, right? So in that case, when I say that something keeps flickering, it's because the screen keeps appearing and disappearing. I mean, you touch it and the image of the screen starts flickering, right? So that's why I said that the display keeps flickering. Like the image is not constant, no? So it goes down, goes back, goes off, goes on and off all the time, right? So those are the two problems with the iPad, right? What can be done? What do you think? What can be done with it? What can be done? Is there a solution? Or
Teacher, to change the display, maybe.
good, very good. Change the display. Okay, very good. So what we have here, of course, it's pretty clear. We are going to have problems, yes, some problems with the physical objects, right? And also some suggestions that we can have in order to solve or to resolve those problems. Ready? Basically, here we're going to have words or like problems in two different ways, using adjectives and using nouns, right? And also we're going to have also some other problems which are repetitive, like when we use keep. Ready? So let's see how can we do it. In this case, we're going to have first the description of different problems that we have. But as I told you, we have two different ways. We can do it with the form of the adjective, which is the characteristic, or we can use the noun, no? For example, in one case, for example, here, I was drinking wine and I spilled the wine. I spilled the wine in my sweater. Now, there is a problem. The problem is that the sweater is stained, right? Do you know what is the meaning of a stained, Andre?
Maybe manchado.
Manchado, very good. So I am saying that the sweater is stained. In this case, stained, it's a characteristic. So it's the adjective form of the word. Yes, es la forma del adjetivo de esa palabra. Stained, manchado. But at the same time, if I want to express the same idea, I could do it. It's a possibility to do it in another way. Instead of saying that the sweater is stained, I would say that the sweater has a wine stain. What's the meaning of that? Is it the same? Is exactly the same? What is the
No,
meaning of
esa
a stain?
sería una mancha de vino.
Exactly. So in that case, when we use stained, it's the noun form, o sea, la forma del sustantivo de esa palabra. And specifically, in this case, we have a stain, specifically a wine stain, una mancha de vino. Very good. So in that case, we do have two different ways to do it. One, it's using the characteristic. The other one is using the thing that we have. It means the noun, right? The name of the product, right? In terms of that, we're going to have different problems, of course, like we are going to check it, and we have the two different options, right? The adjectives usually are going to be worked with the verb to be, no? For example, the sweater is stained, yes? Because the adjectives are the characteristics that the things are, no? So if it's big or small, in this case, if it's damaged, or if it's cracked, or if it's stained. And when we use the noun form, we're going to use the verb to have or the possibility to use there is and there are. Remember that there is, there are, it's different, no? Because there is, there are, it means haber, no es ser, sino de haber. So when I say there is or there are, it means like allí hay, yes? So, or the object has. For example, the sweater has a stain, right? So that is the form of the noun. Bueno, let's see then first which are the first problems, and then of course the difference is clear, but let's see how can we use it both. In the first case, we are talking about turn, an object that is turned, or an object that has a tear or a hole. Especially when we talk about fabric. Fabric, it means, do you know what's the meaning of fabric, Andre? Do you remember? Fabric?
Como fabricado, hecho. No, no sé. Entonces no sé.
It's a material. Fabric, it means tela. Okay.
Ah, ok.
Any fabric, for
No
example,
sabía.
cotton, for
Ok,
example,
ok.
leather, for example, nylon, different fabrics. Okay. So especially when we talk about objects which are done like that, I mean clothing items, we can have a torn object. For example, a torn t-shirt, it's a t-shirt that has a tear or that has a hole, right? Or for example, nowadays the torn jeans are fashionable, no? So nowadays they are trendy. When we talk about fashion, a torn jeans, no? So on the knees, the torn jeans are now trendy, no? Like trendy means like a la moda, right? Trendy. Okay, very good. I can use it with the adjective form. It is torn, or it has a tear, or it has a hole. Of course, the nouns can be countable or non-countable. For example, I can say that these pants, these jeans have, because it's plural, have two holes or two tears, right? In that case, I can use a number before the noun. With the adjective, it's not necessary because it's a characteristic, it's not a number. So in that case, it's not necessary to include the number, right? So simplemente, the jeans are torn, or these jeans have two holes or two tears, right? Then we have chipped and chipped. That's gonna be when we have a pottery. You know what is the meaning of pottery? What is the meaning of pottery? Pottery, ¿qué será eso, pottery?
I don't know, teacher.
Like, it's a material which is used to create, for example, plates, or to create, for example, vases. Vases are like floreros, or plates, or cups, right? Cups, like all of those are made of this material. This material is, in Spanish, I forgot, cerámica, right? Or sometimes when we have glass, which is of course for doing the same, no? For doing those objects. And the object misses a little part. For example, I have a glass here. Yes, I have a glass. And the glass has a little missing part on the border, on the edge, right? So in that case, the glass, the glass is chipped. Chipped, it means really como desportillado or something like that. And a chip, it means like a little break, como una ruptura pequeña, no, no completa, sino a little chip. It means like un pequeño, how did you say that? Como una pequeña desportillada, right? So that's the thing.
Acá
Ready?
le decimos toteado.
Excellent, for example, yes. Aunque creo que no sé si es igual o it's cracked. Because when we use cracked, which is similar, cracked, it means like, bueno, we have the same glass, Yes, we have the same glass, but in this case, when we use crack, it's because the glass is like this, no? So it has a lot of cracks, like what we call cuarteado,
Okay.
well, no sé cómo decirlo, like craquelado, you know? How do you say that, Andre, in Spanish?
Mm, no sé.
But which one is toteado, el primero o el segundo? The first or the second one?
Ah, no, yo creo que el segundo.
El segundo, yes, I think. Entonces,
It's
crack
more
is when,
similar.
exactly. So, crack is when it's like, how do you say that? Craqueado, yes, how do you say that? Está roto, pero no está roto. O sea, está roto, pero no destruido, ¿no? O sea, está como cuarteado,
Okay.
pero no completamente damaged or broken, right? Broken and break, it's when it's completely destroyed, no? So it's, this is the glass, this is the glass broken, no? So it's completely devastated, destroyed, yeah? Chipped, it's a little bit cracked, it's a little bit more, you know, and broken, it's completely destroyed, right? Yes, very good. This is cheap, very good. Break, okay, and crack, that's it. Well, also we have the problem that it's scratched or scratch, right? Especially it is caused by animals and women with very long nails, no? So when I have something which is scratched, yes, it's because it has like some lines on it. For example, my wife has her cell phone scratched, no? Because she has like long nails. So when she's scrolling down, she scratches the screen, right? So also, for example, my floor, you know what is the meaning of floor? What is the
Como el
meaning?
piso.
Piso,
Eh,
right? So also, huh? Muy bien. So my wooden floor, wooden, it means de madera, ¿cierto? The wooden floor has many scratches. Scratches. Tiene muchas
como
rayas.
rayado.
Exacto. Como rayado es scratched, la característica, y scratches son como rayones. ¿Mm?
Ujú.
Ready? Entonces, again,
Sí.
the same, no? So my wooden floor has many scratches, yes? Because of the shoes, because of the furniture. So my wooden floor has many scratches. ¿Listo? Hasta ahí, ¿cómo vas, Andrés? Hasta ahí los 5 primeros.
Good.
Yes, no
Teacher,
problem.
uh, is correct to say pottery floor,
I would say that, like, no, there
como el
are,
piso de cerámica, o es muy diferente.
it's very different. I
O
mean, the
pottery solo
material,
se utiliza para vajilla. Sí.
como para las vajillas, mesas, perdón,
Ah, ok.
jarrones, todo eso como que se
Ah, también
rompe,
se
¿no? Como
utiliza
de
para el
arcilla que
piso.
luego se vuelve,
Ujú.
se
Ok.
vuelve, ¿qué? Se vuelve cerámica. Pero espérame porque yo sé que, o sea, un piso de cerámica es como el de baldosa, ¿cierto? Sí, es de same.
Sí. Ujú.
Es que yo lo he
Sí,
buscado,
pues
pero...
porque acá se utiliza mucho ese término.
Vale. Nice, floor tile. Ajá, esta. Floor tile, that's the one.
Ok.
Mhm, yes. Okay, okay. Yeah, like, let's say piso de cera. We should, sorry. No, yeah, no, that there is not there. Mm, maybe, but this is, I mean, I don't know, I'm not sure if it's maybe for the, okay, ceramic, you know, that lattice statue ceramic plate. No, yeah, it's better like pottery for the China, cuando dicen de China, es como la vajilla, ¿no? Los platos de plates. So it's the same. Muy bien. Bueno, very good. So the next problem is something actually very general, which is the word damaged. No, when I say, okay, something is damaged, we know, okay, it doesn't work, but it's not specifically why, no? So my cell phone is damaged. Pero what happened? It's damaged, I don't know, right? So
Teacher, this word is to any word or any object or
damaged?
Yes.
Yes, I mean, because it's very general, I am describing that something is not working properly. But to be more specific, I have to use the other problems. But damage is simply something very general. Like it doesn't matter, it doesn't explain specifically what is the problem. It is simply saying that something is broken. I mean, something is damaged. That's it. But it can be with the car, with yeah, I mean, it can be with any
Ah,
object,
okay.
right?
Okay.
Even sometimes they use it with people, no? Like for example, oh, you know that a person is damaged. It means like the person has some problems, no? Especially like psychological problems, right? Well, very good. That's damage and damage. Easy. And then we have one which is dented. And it can sound like teeth, but it doesn't have to do anything with the teeth, no? Do you know what is the meaning of dented or dent?
Como golpeado.
Very good. It means abollado or abolladura dent, of course. So, especially for example, when we have something metallic, like a car, the door of my house, a big like gate, you know, what is the meaning of gate? Como portón, you know, like something like that. And it's metallic, and then I crash it with something, then the gate or the door or the object is going to be dented, no? The form, the shape of the object is going to change, no, because of the crash, right? So in that case, it is necessary to use the dented or dent when we talk about those, for example, traffic accidents, no, or for example, how do you say that, like domestic accidents in which you, for example, dented. I mean, you drop something, maybe you drop a chair or something, and you dented the door of the refrigerator, no, because it's kind of metallic. So that's the problem there. Ready? Bueno, stain, we already saw it with the stain, easy. And the last one, which is a different problem because it's in ing, leaking. What's the meaning of leaking, Andre?
I don't know.
Do you remember a web page that was called WikiLeaks? Remember that? It was a very big scandal in the USA, WikiLeaks.
No, teacher.
No. Bueno, leak, it's going to be filter something, not like, for example, WikiLeaks, it was because they filtered the other information, como fugas,
Ah,
you
okay.
know?
Mhm.
So when I say, for example, that something has a leak or something is leaking, is because the water or any liquid is dropping constantly. Since it is constantly, yeah, it's a continuous process. That's why we have in ing, because it's a continuous process. So that's why we said it is leaking or it has a leak, right? Because it's a
Teacher,
continuous process.
the gas too.
Yeah, also there is a gas leak,
Okay.
for example, no, like for example, but it's not liquid, but it also can happen that the gas pipe, you know, the pipes, you know what is the meaning of pipe?
Supongo que es como la tubería.
Exactly, the gas pipe is leaking, no? Maybe, for example, in there is a joint, it means like como la unión, there is a joint, right? That is leaking some gas, so maybe it's not well joined and it's leaking some gas. Very good. Or there is a gas leak. Muy bien. ¿Listo? Andre, hasta ahí cómo vas? Good, questions, problems, difficulties, problems, anything?
Good teacher.
Perfect.
The adjectives is with verb to be, and the
Exactly.
nouns is have or there. Bueno, is the
There is or there
context.
are, cualquiera de las dos. There is or
The
there
most
are.
important is the context.
Yes, exactly.
The use of the or as a adjective or as a noun.
Yes, exactly. But in both cases can be correct. I mean, if you want to say, oh, see, yes, the door of my apartment is dented, or the door of my apartment has three dents, maybe. So it's also possible, right? Bueno,
Okay.
my dear, if you don't have any other questions, please help me to describe what problems do you see in these pictures. It doesn't have to be in order. If you know this one or this one, tell me the one that you prefer.
Teacher, how do you say el cielo falso que llaman?
This one, the deck.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, you could say the deck tiles also, que son como las losillas del techo también, the deck, but deck is also good. Or roof, or sometimes they call it the ceiling. Ceiling, yeah, this is the most common one. O sea, esas son las tres formas de decir como techo, ¿no? Vale. These ones are this like more similar to this one, right?
Okay. Uh, in the first image, the roof is mm, broken.
Mm.
Broken.
Yeah, the roof is
Profe, ¿se,
destroyed, no? It's
se puede
completely.
volver por favor a la que
Sure,
no le
sure.
tomé pantallazo a la anterior
Of course, of course.
para no que no me olviden?
Yes.
Listo.
Ready, honey? Yes.
Yes, teacher, thank you.
Perfect. So,
It's
okay,
broken.
so yeah, it's broken. What about the floor? How is the floor? It has like some.
Mm, dirty. I don't
Wet.
know.
It's completely dirty, but under the dirt, it is like.
Ah, okay. As a cracked.
A scratch.
Okay.
Yes, because crack, it means like como cuarteado, como something like that.
Ah,
But this one, it's
scratch.
scratched. O sea, como
Okay.
rayado, ¿no? Tiene como rayones. So very good. There are many scratches. Hay muchos rayones in that floor. Very good. ¿Listo?
Mm, in the second, I don't know. Is a door. Uh, mm, maybe the door mm, is damaged.
Exactly, Andre. When you don't know specifically what happened, you say like, no sé, I don't
Yes.
know if it's a scratch or if it, no, but the door is damaged. Is damaged. So when we are describing that is not correct, that something is wrong, but we don't know specifically what happened. Ah, no, it's damaged. That's it. Okay? Yeah. Muy bien, very good. ¿Qué más?
Uh, the tier image. The car is dented.
Muy bien, very good. The car door
The car door.
is dented.
Or the car has a big dent.
It's pretty big, no? So the car has a big dent. Excellent. Muy bien, Andre. That's great. Number 4, Han.
Mm. Teacher, how do you say tubería?
The pipes.
The pipes eh, has a leak.
Muy bien, pero como estamos hablando en plural, de pipes, las tuberías, no,
Okay.
no específicamente una, sino en general las tuberías, have, ready? So the pipes have a leak. Muy bien, tienen una
Profe, pero ahí
fuga.
no se ve una en la imagen.
Yeah, let's see that. I mean, supposing that this is one, there is another one, and they
Ah,
have
okay,
joints,
okay,
¿no?
okay.
Tienen comuniones. Pero ya, pues let's say the pipe has a leak, también podría ser, ¿no? Es como difícil saber si es una sola o diferente, si es the same, ready? Ujú.
Okay.
Muy bien. Next, what is the next one?
Eh, the shear has a tears.
As you said,
Many
tears.
tears or
Ajá, exactly. No sino the cheered has many tears,
many
o three,
tears.
o four, o several, puede ser, ¿no? Several, which means varias, ¿no? So several tears o many tears. Muy bien. Excellent,
Many
excellent. And the last one,
tears. Tears. Mm, what it is as
it is a window.
okay. Eh, the window is cracked.
Easy, right? So the window is cracked. And also chipped, no? Because it's
Crack.
missing a little part here. So it's cracked and chipped. Good. Muy bien. Very good. So
Okay.
the window, also we could say that the window has many cracks and a big chip in the center, no? So has many cracks. ¿Listo? André, ¿cómo vas ahí? Good? Questions with the vocabulary? Easy?
Good teacher.
Perfect. Very good. So all of those problems are problems that once that they happen, they can hardly be fixed. No, it's difficult to be fixed, right? So, but we have other different problems. Well, these are the problems in the first case, but we have other different kinds of problems which are repetitive problems. No, repetitive problems like, for example, when my cell phone has a problem, and is that I charge it many times, but the battery just discharge, right? Every day I charge it, 1 hour, something like that. But at the like what in 6 hours, again, it doesn't have battery, right? So it's a repetitive problem because I fix it, I charge it, but it comes back to have no battery. Or I charge it again, and again, it's going to go discharge. So it's a repetitive problem. Hmm? Or for example, my old computer had a very big problem because every time that I open Zoom, bah, my computer crashed. Yes. When I say that something crashed in ED, well, in past crashed, it because it stopped working. I don't know exactly what is the problem, but completely stopped working. No, so with my old computer, every time that I open Zoom or Teams or Skype, my computer keeps crashing, right? Every time it was the same. So I decided to buy a new computer. But those problems, which are repetitive, which are problems that I fix, but they happen again and happen again and happen again, are going to be expressed with the verb keep, which you know it's maintain, and the verb in ing. That verb in ing is going to be the problem, right? For example, my computer kept crashing, keep crashing. Keep crashing, it means that it is something that continuously stops working, se daña, o sea, se completamente muere. Yes, it dies, right? Then on the same way, I have other different options. For example, that something keeps dying, something keeps skipping, something keeps jamming, something keeps sticking, something keeps dropping, something keeps freezing, something keeps flickering. As for example, we say it before, the display of the iPad keeps flickering. Why? Because it's a repetitive problem. If I don't move it, the iPad is all right. But when I touch the screen of the iPad, the display keeps flickering, no? Starts changing and starts changing colors. And it's a repetitive problem. That's why I mention it with the verb keep, no? Because it's something which is repetitive. Ready? Now, let's see what is the meaning of all of them, right? First, keep dying, it's when we are talking about battery. Similar when we say in Spanish, el celular se me murió, no? So it's because the battery is zero. And so when I say that the battery or something, the computer or something keeps dying, it's because I charge it, but the battery doesn't work pretty well, right? Also, when we work about keep skipping it means like jumping, and it's when I skipped or when I omit something, no? For example, in when I watch YouTube videos, I keep skipping the advertising, no? So I do it every time. Or for example, I was watching a series in Netflix, but I don't know why it keeps skipping the episodes. So I am watching episode number 1 and boom, it keeps skipping to the episode number 3. I don't know what's the problem with Netflix, but that's important, right? Also, when I say keep jamming, it's something which it stopped, no? It's stocked, right? Do you know what is the meaning of a stock? My dear Andre, stock?
No, teacher.
como atorado, ¿no? So,
Okay.
for example, I am changing this bottle because every time that I put the cap on, the cap, it means la tapa, every time that I put the cap on, it keeps jamming. So later I cannot remove the cap because it keeps jamming. So it keeps stuck, se te atascado, right? So keeps jamming. Keeps crashing, ya te lo dije, it's when something completely stop working, right? Keep flickering, it's about the image in a screen, no? The image in the screen which starts flickering, not changing, like yes, like some parts is working, some parts are not working, the image goes on and off, right? Keep sticking, sticky means like pegar. So when I talk about keep sticking, it especially means the buttons in a device. For example, I have a remote control, right? I have a remote control, the remote from the TV, for example. And when I push this button, when I push the button never comes back. No sale el botón, sino como que se queda pegado, ¿no? Entonces, keep sticking means especially for the buttons of something when I do it and it keeps sticking. Ready? And keeps dropping, which is more related to the signal of the objects, signal of cable, TV, movies, or signal of the Wi-Fi, right? For example, when you have Claro, I don't know, imagine how's that, but here in Bogota, when you have Claro and the network it's overcrowded, the Wi-Fi keeps dropping, no? O sea, vive cayéndose. Gold comes back, and 10 minutes later, again, keeps dropping, keeps dropping, keeps dropping. And the last one keeps freezing. It means like, you know what is the meaning of freezing?
No, teacher.
What is the meaning of freezing? Freeze,
Eso suena
freeze.
como algo frío, pero no sé. Se
Yeah.
congela.
Yes, exactly. The
Ah,
image
okay.
of when the image of the TV or the image of the computer or something, it starts freezing. Ready?
Teacher, can you remember me crashing?
Crashing, it means se murió. O sea, es decir,
Okay,
dejó de funcionar completamente. Ready? O sea,
okay,
no por batería, sino como que, for example, in a computer, when I say keeps crashing, it means that the operative system died, right? So the operative
okay.
system stopped working. So that's why when I say keeps crashing. Hmm? Ready? Bueno, Andre, all of the problems are expressed with the keep or keeps because it's a repetitive problem. Usually are problems with electronic devices, con dispositivos eléctricos, electronics, right? But sometimes no, well, depends, no? But every time that I use these problems are going to be mentioned something not so far of the hardware, but probably it's more of the software, no? So also a little bit of the hardware, depending. But it's a repetitive problem, right? So for example, the battery of my cell phone keeps dying, the battery of my computer keeps dying, yes. The series in Netflix keeps keeping the episodes. The printer, you know what is the printer? What is the meaning of the printer?
I don't know.
It's,
Es
a, it's
como,
an object. Dime, ¿is that one?
okay, es una impresora.
Impresora, very good.
Ujú.
That's the thing, ¿no?
No
So the
recordaba.
printer it's printing, justamente está como imprimiendo, and keeps jamming. Se vive como que está imprimiendo ahí normal y de la nada, baila, yes? So keeps jam, yes? So that gets stopped, right? Keeps crashing, completely stop working, keeps flickering, the image, no? The image starts like cha 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 cha. The keeps freezing, the image gets like congelado, right? Keeps dropping the signal of the Wi-Fi, the signal of the internet, the signal of whatever, the signal of the telephone service, and keeps sticking, como que se queda pegado. Maybe a button, maybe a click, maybe something like that. How do you feel, André? ¿Mejor? Sé que es muchísimo vocabulario, but don't worry, it's so fine.
Yes, teacher, better.
Very, very good, okay. Listo, my dear. So if you have no problems over here, I would like you to tell me what problems do you see here? What problems do you see in these images? Tell me.
teacher, excuse me. Pensé que había activado el micrófono y no.
No, tranquila,
Teacher,
ya, go.
in the first image,
Mhm.
the operative system uh, keep keeps or keep
It
crashing.
keeps, exactly, very good.
Keeps.
So the operative system keeps, porque es it, ¿cierto? Keeps crashing.
Ah, okay.
Perfecto. Very good. The operative system keeps crashing. Excellent. ¿Qué más? Anything else?
Uh, I don't know what happened in the second image.
It can be in disorder. If you look at the others, it doesn't have to be in order, no problem.
Okay. Uh, in the third image, mm, I don't know what it
Okay.
is.
This man is fixing something. This is a washing machine, no? So this is a washing machine. And especially this part, it's a play, it's a part. You are an engineer, so I am sure that you're going to
Okay.
recognize this object. Bueno, más o menos, more or less.
Mm, okay, the washing machine keeps maybe flickering.
Flickering is more for images, but this one is
Okay, okay. Um,
this is a piece of the washing machine that keeps spinning, no? That keeps spinning super fast. The part it's called engine. It means motor, right?
yeah. Mhm.
The engine. So, ¿qué será lo que le pasa al motor a veces?
Teacher dying. I
Could
don't know.
be, could be, but as this is something that is moving, yeah, sometimes, for example, in the washing
Or
machine,
jamming.
exactly, very good.
Okay.
Because sometimes they have like a lot of like, like material there, como pelusa, motas, right? And the engine keeps jamming, right?
Keeps jamming.
That's it. Muy bien, excellent. That's great. Listo. So the first one, check. The second one, the third one, check. ¿Qué más? What else?
The four.
Mhm.
The screen is. The screen keeps. Mm, I don't know. Freezing, no. Eh,
It's only the half.
flickering.
Exactly. Very good. It's only the flickering, sorry. It's only the half of the screen working. The other half is flickering. So it starts like so it keeps flickering. Muy bien. Very good. Excellent.
The next image, the Wi-Fi keeps dropping.
Easy. Very good. The Wi-Fi keeps dropping. Very good. Now, I don't know if you remember this error of the computer, maybe like in
Oh, sí.
Windows 95, 98,
Sí.
XP.
Yes, I remember.
So what happened
Um,
there?
mm, maybe the operative system keeps uh, skipping
Denise is
or
skipping.
not.
No, skipping es como que se salta algo, ¿no? But in that case, it was
Okay.
like,
Eh, I don't know, teacher.
don't remember? Freezing.
Ah,
Yeah,
ok. Pero es que en ese caso
congelado.
salían y salían y salían ventanas.
In that case, what happened? It was that una ventana se quedaba congelada y si la movías, dejaba todo el rastro, todo el rastro en la pantalla.
Ah, ya, 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 ya. Pensé que era el
Así.
otro tipo de error que cuando a uno le
Había
salía
otro que
una ventana.
sí, exactly.
Sí,
There was
ese
another
era el
one.
virus. Ese era el virus.
Ajá, ese
Ok,
sí.
freezing.
That's it. Bueno, so the operative system keeps freezing. O también the screen, ¿no? Like, could be the screen keeps
Ok.
freezing. ¿Listo? The last one?
Mm, the battery the battery keeps dying.
The battery keeps dying. Very good. Excellent. That one is easy. And this one in the controller of the Xbox, what happened?
The control is the control keeps sticking
Sticking. And especially, for example, we could say
the buttons,
the A
the buttons
button.
of the control.
Good. The buttons of the controller or the A button of the controller keeps sticking, no? Muy bien, that's it. In this one was not like a problem, but more like a solution, no? There is a extension in Google Chrome, which is
Okay.
called ad blocker, and it keeps skipping, skipping the ads.
Okay.
Bueno, it's not a problem. It's a solution actually, no? So it keeps keeping the ad. So when the extension detects like an ad, an advertising, bang, it immediately automatically keeps skipping the ads, right? Okay.
Okay.
Listo. Andre, hasta ahí cómo vas? Question, problems, difficulties?
No, teacher. In this case, cuando son problemas repetitivos, eh, pues ya no aplica lo de la característica.
No, exactly. Porque en este caso lo que estamos hablando son de problemas, digamos, que son acciones. Entonces es como, a diferencia de los anteriores, no son ni características ni sustantivos, sino son verbos. ¿Qué es lo que pasa? Que se pega, ¿qué es lo que pasa? Que se congela, ¿qué es lo que pasa? Que parpadea, ¿qué es lo que pasa? Que
Okay.
se mueve. Entonces en ese caso no importa si, o sea, es decir, la forma del problema es un verbo, siempre es una acción, ¿vale?
Okay.
Bueno, muy bien, very good. So now we describe problems repetitive and problems with the physical objects. Now we're going to see that the iPad is broken, it has a lot of, the screen is cracked, right? The iPad keeps flickering, also it keeps dying, no? So problems that are internal and external of the device. Easy. Now we're going to see how can we describe the possible solutions. When we talk about possible solutions, well, of course, we can say it should be ta 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 or something like that. But today we're going to learn two new expressions. Need, which of course, is the verb necesitar, right? And it's going to have two possibilities. Needs or need to be, necesita ser, and then the verb in past participle. For example, it needs to be replaced, it needs to be cleaned, it needs to be fixed, it needs to be changed, right? Or the other possibility is only using need and the verb in gerund. Okay, o sea, it needs changing, it needs repairing, it needs painting, it needs cleaning, it needs replacing, right? What is the difference? No difference. The first one is going to be necesita ser reemplazado, necesita ser cambiado, necesita ser arreglado, reparado, ta, ta, ta. Ready? When I use this one, the verb in ing, it's a synonym of it's a nominalized verb. So when I say it needs repairing, it means necesita reparación. It needs changing, necesita cambio. It needs cleaning, necesita limpieza. It needs painting, necesita pintura. It's not, it's the same idea, but in two different ways. One, it's saying it needs to be, and the verb in past participle. The other one, it needs, and the verb in ing, sin ningún be or anything. It's going to be just the verb in ing. ¿Vale? Entonces, for example, my cell phone keeps dying. Yes. What does it need? What does it need? Because if my cell phone keeps dying, of course, that the problem is the battery. So what does it need if my cell phone keeps dying?
Teacher, the battery of your cell phone need change.
Very good. So the battery of your cell
Oh,
phone, let's say.
change.
Exactly. Muy bien. So the battery needs because lo mismo es it, no? So
Okay.
needs
Mm-hmm.
change. Mhm. Very good. The
Change,
battery needs changing.
changing.
Or the battery needs to be changed. I see. Needs to be changed. Ready? Muy bien.
Okay.
Very good. Mhm. What about if, for example, in this case, I told you like, bueno, what is the suggestion? What can be done? And you tell me, teacher, change the display. Ahora sí, express it. What does the iPad need?
It's need To be changed.
The display needs to be changed. Muy bien. Or it needs changing. That's another possibility, right? Hmm? If, for example, here I said that the sweater is stained with wine or the sweater has a wine stain, well, what does it need? How can I fix my sweater?
Hmm.
What do you think?
Mm, Teacher, maybe the sweater needs washing.
Very good. Maybe the sweater needs washing. Why maybe? Because the wine stain is a difficult one. So maybe it's
Teacher,
not going to be
how do you say desmanchar?
like on stain, I would say.
Ah,
On
okay.
stain.
On stain.
I'm sorry, without the he could be on stain. Okay, very good. Yes. Or maybe rubbing. I would say that the sweater needs to be
Needs to be on stain.
rubbed. On stain, of course, yes. But for the staining something, I think that the secret is that the
What
sweater
is
needs
rope?
to be rubbed. Rubbed, it means
Ah, okay. Como estregarlo
restregado.
bien. Ujú.
Exactly, right? So that's the secret. Muy bien, very good. So we have two options. Depending on the one that you want to say, you can use the verb in past participle or the verb in ing. Ready? How do you feel, my dear? Good questions, problems over there?
Teacher.
Easy, no? That's easy. Easy, very good. So over here, let me just erase this part. We're going to find a final picture. Wait, where's my picture? Wait, let me just find the picture over here. Over here. Listo, my dear. So what do you see in that picture? That picture is the living room of a house in which there was a party. Now, of course, like the guest make a mess. So what problems do you see in that picture? What happened in that house?
Teacher, the TV is damaged.
The TV is damaged, no, it's on fire. Okay, the TV
Yeah.
is on fire. Good, check.
Mm, the window is broken.
The window is broken. Exactly. With a rock, somebody broke the window. So the window is broken. Oh, well, I can see that the window is cracked. Maybe it's not
Okay.
completely broken, but it's cracked, no? But yeah, okay, good.
The
Excellent.
window is cracked.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, what it is the the object red with
It's a table, but
that
it's
that
a it's a
okay.
table upside down.
The table is scratched.
The table is scratched. Muy bien, very good. Uh-huh. Good. Anything else? What do you see over? I see something over here, but I don't know what's that.
Yes, yes. The floor is ¿cómo es que es?
Is
The
what?
floor is eh, stained.
Exactly. En ese caso, más que el piso es the carpet o the rug.
Ah, carpet.
Carpet
Yes,
it
yes,
means
yes.
like alfombra y rug it means
Mhm.
tapete. Yes, so the
The
carpet is
carpet is stained.
exactly the carpet is stained. That's it. All right. Okay. This computer over here, it was on and suddenly poof, it just went off. So I don't know what is the problem with that computer.
The computer keeps dying.
Good. The computer keeps dying. Very good. Yes. And this computer was okay, but the screen suddenly poof, stopped.
Uh, the second computer. keeps freezing.
That's very good, and excellent. All of those programs are just fine. Ready? What do I do? With the computers, I think nothing to do. They need to be changed. That's the only thing. What about with the window? What does it need? How can you fix the window?
Mm, Teacher, the window needs to be changed.
That's it.
The
Yes.
glass,
Yes, the glass needs to be changed. That's the only
the
solution,
glass
right?
should be, yes.
Mhm. And with the carpet, what do you think that with the carpet can happen? What can be the solution there?
The carpet need uh, washing, maybe.
Washing or cleaning, one of the both,
Of
right?
clean.
Washing or cleaning, and that's it. So, bueno, my dear Andre, wonderful job. So today you learned what you did was learning about some vocabulary about problems with physical objects and also with some of the internal problems which are more repetitive, no? Like it's more like something that happened and happened. These problems with the physical objects are something that happen and just once and that's it. But also we saw some of the repetitive problems that can happen. We fix it, but they come up again, right? So you saw that perfectly, and also you describe two different ways to give suggestions to describe solutions of these problems. Ready? So if you don't have any other question, that's gonna be all for today. Thank you for being here, Andre. In the checkpoint of the week number 4, we are going to have the second part. It's an email in which we talk about a problem that happened with my cell phone. Like I ordered a cell phone, like to my house, like delivery to my house, and when I received the cell phone, it had some problems. So you have to write an email in which you describe the problems that you found in your cell phone, the solution that you are asking for, what do you need, and also, well, that's it, not just basically the problems and the suggestions that you propose in order to fix the inconvenient, ready? In the format of an email, not too long, one paragraph, it's going to be more than enough. Okay, Andre, that's the checkpoint of the week, number 4.
Yes, teacher.
It's an idea. So for the moment, that would be all. Thanks a lot for being here. Thank you for continuing programming classes with me. And that's it. Continue working on your activities. Anything that you need, just let me know, okay?
Yes, teacher. Thank you very much.
Have a good week, a good weekend. See you the next week. Mhm.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes, tell me, of course.
¿Ha visto mejoría
In your case or in general? No, in your case.
in my case?
Yes, a lot, of course. Especially on the fluency part. Ready? The vocabulary, it's something that comes and goes because we can forget the words sometimes. But with the fluency, I have seen improvement, and that is important because when you forget the vocabulary, it's one way to fix that. It's to paraphrase, and paraphrasing it's something that you need to do with fluency. Because, for example, if I forget how to say computer, I can say, it's the object that you use to do your homework and receive your video calls, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Paraphrasing, it's important to complete or to fill those gaps on vocabulary, which is something that you're trying to do. Question: have you noticed improvement in the comprehension, that you understand more what I say or not?
Yes, I feel that is better.
I feel too. Yes, I actually feel too. And well, if we both feel it, that's because it's true. Yes. And also, no, yes, the fluency is the part that I have noticed more that you have improved. And well, basically, that's what we want, no? So important, Andre, that you don't stop practicing, not only with the platform, but in general times in your life, in your days. It's important that you continue practicing, trying to imagine situations in which you can speak in English in your head and trying to imagine what would you say in that case. Trying to
Okay.
tell yourself something when you are speaking to yourself try to do it in English, try to let it flow, no? Like lose a little bit the shame and just let it flow. Okay?
Okay, teacher. Thank you very much.
Bueno, my dear, have a good night. See you the next week. That's it. Next week we only have one class, so see you there, okay?
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Have
Bye
a good
bye.
night, honey. See you.